Dolphins fans, welcome into the Dolphins Today post-game show. I am Will Scott here after a wild 35-32 win for the Dolphins in Chicago. It was just a crazy game, a lot to discuss here obviously, but a win is a win in the National Football League, especially when it comes on the road, and that's what the Dolphins did today. Fins for the win in Chicago. 35-32 the final. Tua, a stellar game. We'll talk about him in a second. Jeff Wilson Jr. in his Dolphins debut. Outplayed Raheem Mostert for sure. Had a receiving touchdown, 51 yards rushing. Tyreek Hill, absolute stud, 143 yards. He surpassed 1,000 receiving yards today. Justin Fields ran all over the Dolphins, also had 123 passing yards. Montgomery, outside Justin Fields, the Bears couldn't get anything going on the ground, but the defense for the Dolphins was not good in this game. And then Mooney, 7 receptions on the day. Spam W in the comments section. Dolphins get the win. Wasn't pretty. I felt like we should have beaten that team by a lot more, but nonetheless, the Dolphins do pick up a win in Chicago. Their third straight win after 3 straight losses. So how about that for the Fins? It's been a stretch of 3 straight wins, 3 straight losses, and 3 straight wins again. 6-3, though. We'll take it. It's time to talk about Tua Tagovailoa being in the MVP conversation. Here's what he did today. 302 passing yards on 21 of 30 completions, 3 touchdowns. Tua Tagovailoa, if he had not missed 2 games, he would be leading the MVP conversation right now. Tua is 6-0 this year in games he started and finished. You talk about his value, the Dolphins are 0-3 without Tua and 6-0 with him. That sounds like the most valuable player in the league to me. Tyreek Hill might win Offensive Player of the Year, though. 7 receptions, 143 yards and a touchdown. I have to confirm this, but I think that is the highest receiving yardage total for a receiver in the team's first 9 games. I mean, I think he might break the receiving yards record in the season going away. Yeah, he's got an extra game. He might break it in the first 16 games. We'll see. And then Jalen Waddle, 5 receptions, 85 yards, and a touchdown for him. He's been a touchdown machine, got another touchdown today against the Bears. And guys, we bring you guys post-game videos after every watch party we have. Also get you guys daily news and rumors videos about the Dolphins. Go down, subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to stay in the loop with the Fins. If you're a Dolphins fan, I can promise you've come to the right place. Go down, subscribe. Help us get to 34,000 subscribers. Talking about Fields now. I mean, 123 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Listen to this. 15 carries, 178 yards, 1 touchdown. You let Justin Fields run for 178 yards on you. It's embarrassing. The defensive performance today was embarrassing. The defense is a problem, and they have not looked consistent at all this season. They've had some times when they've looked good, but there's been no consistency from Josh Boyer. The Bears today got 368 total yards. That just can't happen. The Bears, yeah, their offense is improved, but they're still not very good. The fact that you let them put up 32 points on you is crazy. How big was that block punt, by the way? JP blocked it, AVG returned it for a touchdown, but that was huge. You did have a couple missed opportunities for the Dolphins, but that block punt was huge. Guys, grade the Dolphins' defense today. The defense was not good, and that's something we're going to talk about. I mean, last week in Detroit, they allowed 27 points in the first half. And yeah, give them credit, they stepped up and didn't allow any points in the second half, but still, that's my problem with the defense. There has not been enough consistency with the Dolphins defense this year. Guys, before we get into more about the game, I want to tell you about our new sponsor, Established Tiles. Fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland while helping global reforestation efforts. It's a project based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as layers, lords, or ladies in English. Tile Pack's going to give you at least 1 square foot dedicated land. You see that? We're flying right over my land right now. Pretty cool. And Fear the Kilts land. One of our subscribers bought a plot right next to me. Unique plot number on a private estate in Elton, Scotland, and an official certificate with the crest. Look at this. You're going to get this in the mail. How cool is that? You're going to become a lord or lady. I'm Lord William Scott. How cool is that? I got that in the mail the other day, and I got chills. I'm like, wow, I'm a lord now. It's pretty cool. And guys, you can save an extra 10% on this perfect holiday gift. Got the holidays coming up. Good white elephant gift, baby. EstablishedTiles.com/tat. Grab a plot of Scottish land right next to me. And the first 200 people to go to that link and do that are going to get a plot of land right next to me. We can build a Dolphins kingdom in Scotland. But Fear the Kilt and a couple others have already bought plots of land. So time is winding down, potentially get one right next to me. SalvageDollars.com/chat. That link is going to be in the comments and the description of this video. Pros, the offense was great. Tyreek was unstoppable. He should win Offensive Player of the Year. Tua should be in the MVP conversation. He was elite today. Tua was great. I'll say this, that no call on Claypool, we got very lucky. It was 3rd and 10. Fields threw it down the field, a minute and a half left, and we didn't get called for pass interference when there was pretty clear contact. Crossing literally was wrapped around Claypool. So we got bailed out there, but we'll take it. The refs have not been very nice to us this year, so we'll take it. Boke Grinja, is Josh Boyer going to be fired because the defense couldn't do crap? I don't think Josh Boyer's on the hot seat, but if the defense continues to be this inconsistent, then yeah, I think he will be. There's too much talent on the defense. Your first sack in the game came with about 4 minutes left. You got Melvin Ingram, Chubb, JP, Wilkins. You have too much talent to go that long without a sack. Chubb, I feel like could have gotten a little bit more involved, but it was his first game, so give the coaching slack a little bit of give the coaching staff some slack there at least. Gold Wolf Mike, okay, so how difficult do the next weeks look for the Finns? I believe we'll go all the way to the Super Bowl. You know that song, Trace? When you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl. Shout out to Gold Wolf Mike, a.k.a. Michael Anthony Whitley. So happy you asked that question. I'll pull up the schedule right now. I mean, we talked about this stretch being one of the easier stretches, and luckily the Dolphins have been 3-0 in this stretch. Beating the Steelers, Lions, and Bears. You got the Browns and Texans on deck. The Browns game is at home. The Texans game is at home. If you don't win those 2 games, there's no excuse for that. Win those next 2 games. You're 8-3. Then you have the most difficult stretch of the season after that. At Chargers, at 49ers, at Chargers, at Bills. 3 straight road games. If you go 1-2 in those 3 games, I would not mind that because that's a tough stretch. But you got to be 8-3. Got to be 8-3. Antonio Trevino's Trey Lance overrated. We haven't seen him enough to say he's overrated. I'll say this: I'm forever grateful for that Trey Lance trade because we got Jalen, Tyreek, and Chubb out of it. So I'm forever grateful. Antonio, do the Dolphins need a new QB too? Luckily, we haven't seen Teddy or Skyler for the last couple of weeks because Tua stayed healthy. The offensive line played pretty well tonight, by the way. But next year, I think Skyler will be the QB2. You let Bridgewater walk in free agency. Guys, I want to know, what is your one-word reaction to this game? Go down in the comments section. Let me know. My one word would be relieved. I'm just happy we got this win. There's a really big difference between 5-4 and 6-3, especially when you're talking about the talent in the AFC. Not only do you stay in the playoff picture, but you stay kind of in the conversation for the division. Just a half game back now because New York just beat Buffalo.